Should cleaning employees know what you charge the customer? Great question, and we're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by SavvyPerks.com. And if you are a business owner and you have house cleaners, Savvy Perks is for you. It's a small benefits package that has all kinds of perks and fun stuff in there that is affordable to every size business. So whether you're a single operator and you want to provide the perks for yourself, or you have 1 or 2 employees and you want to provide perks for them, these are the same benefits that major corporations offer to their employees as a benefits perks package. But most of the small house cleaners that I know do not qualify for a package like this. So we have partnered with America's largest employee discount network to bring to you these same perks. So through Savvy Perks, you become part of our network and you get to offer this to your employees. So SavvyPerks.com. All right, on to today's question, which is from a house cleaner who has this question.
Hi, Angela. It's Janice Weaver in Ottawa, Canada. I was just watching your YouTube video on show notes, which is great because now I understand them and there's a lot of great information there to be accessed. One of the things I was wondering about on your worksheets, you say that you use them as an invoice or a receipt. If you have cleaning associates working on your behalf, do you obviously have a policy where they know exactly what's being charged for the service? And does that cause any problems based on the rate that you're paying them? Just wondering whether that's an issue for people or not. As a cleaner, you don't understand maybe what's involved with running a business and the costs for marketing and advertising and insurance and bookkeepers and marketing and all of that stuff. So just curious about how that works for you. Thanks very much, and love what you're doing.
All right. Hi, Janice. How you doing? This is an excellent question, and there's a lot of debate around this one. Should your employees know what you charge? All right. You can set this up just like you do on a walkthrough with a customer when you're setting all the ground rules and all the boundaries and all that stuff. You can set this up with your employee on the day that you hire them. So on the day that you hire them, they know nothing or they know very little, or maybe they once worked for a house cleaning company, but they don't know a lot about running the business itself. So during the job interview, you can say, hey, listen, I'm the boss and here's a list of my duties. And then you have a list of all the stuff that you do as a boss. And then you can have a breakdown of all the stuff that you pay for. Now, you don't have to break it down like month by month, like I pay $432 for insurance or whatever. You don't have to break it down like that, but you can have a list of all of the expenses, vehicle expenses, gas for the vehicle, insurance for the vehicle. You have registration and licensing for the vehicle. You have service and repairs for the vehicle. And so just for the vehicle that gets you to the job, here's all the stuff we have to pay for in order to make this business happen. Then when you get to the customer's house, you're the employee. And so here's what we have to pay for just for an employee. And then you have a breakdown of uniforms, and you have a breakdown of workman's comp and insurance and all these different things that you have to provide, whether it's gloves or shoe covers or whatever the personal protective equipment that you provide. If you yourself provide the clear bags that they carry to and from work to prevent theft, this all goes in the breakdown of things that you pay for. Then, once you get to the customer's house, you have a new series of expenses. And so the series of expenses include things like your cleaning chemicals and your mops and the mop heads, the mop replaceable heads, and the microfiber cloths that you use and the vacuums that you use and your step ladders and all the different things that you have that you provide, cleaning caddies and aprons, and there's a bunch of stuff that costs money. Now, whether or not you wear uniforms, that's something that would be thrown in there. So you have all these different things that you provide. And so this costs so much money. Then you go on to explain that there are other costs. In order for me to pay you every week, I have to hire a bookkeeping company. And that requires software. It includes internet access. It includes booking software for our customers. It requires follow-up with appointment reminders and all these other things. So we have to have software that provides, some of the basics for our company. Then we hire a payroll service, and you have this big list of all the things that it costs to run a company. And you say, now, you came to me for a job. Did you come to me because you want to pay for all of these things, and you're actually here just to train so you can go start your own business and pay for all of these things on your own? And they might say, no, really, I'm just here to clean houses. Oh, I just want to make sure right up front that we're on the same page. So you're coming as an employee, not coming as an entrepreneur that's just learning the ropes so you can go start your own business. Okay, so do you know that as an employee, part of this expense is employee expense? So out of all the money the business makes, this is how much goes to employees. And then what's left pays for all these other things. And then they go, oh, wow, that's a lot of things. But until you let an employee know, they don't know how much it costs to run a business. They don't know about advertising costs. They don't know about internet costs. They don't know about running Facebook ads. They don't know about running ads in Valpak or on HomeAdvisor or any of these other sites. They don't know that those costs are involved. There are a lot of house cleaners that think, well, I'm just going to go clean, and because I'm doing all the work, I should make all the money. Okay, that's like really simple thinking, and I love the fact that they're thinking that way because that's some entrepreneurial spirit. But they're not looking at the big picture because they haven't been explained. So if on day one, when you're setting the ground rules, you say, please help me understand where you see yourself fitting in the business. There are people that will say, wow, that's overwhelming to me. That is so much stuff. All I will do is just come clean houses. I just want to show up, collect a paycheck, and go home. Okay, so for your part of the job, you don't get to keep all the money. You only get to keep part of the money. And so it makes it really simple from day one because they know up front, there's a lot more money this company's making, but there are a lot more expenses that I myself am not willing to pay. Not everybody that can clean house should, and not everybody that can clean house can run a house cleaning business. And so if you explain right up front, I've been in interviews where people are like, no, I'm here to learn from you, then I'm going to go out and start my own house cleaning business. And then I can say right up front, hey, if this is your goal, I can help you. Would you like to train as a manager, and would you like extra responsibilities up front so that you can learn all these different facets of the business? And if that is truly their goal, you can position them so that they can learn all these other things and so that they can provide service to you maybe in a different area that will eliminate some of the responsibilities that you as an entrepreneur are wearing all these different hats. So have the conversation up front. There's no shame in having a conversation and explaining that it costs a lot of money to run a business, and that it costs a lot of energy and a lot of time. Now, as a house cleaning business owner, I can tell you this. When the cleaning is done for the day, your job is not done. When you go home, you still have to do inventory. You still have to replace cleaning supplies. You still have to clean out vacuums and all the different things that you have to do, whether it's refilling bottles or it's replacing rags that have gone missing or misplaced. You have to follow up with customers. You have to do customer surveys. You have to do ratings and reviews. You have your online marketing. I mean, there are nights as a house cleaner, you don't go to bed till 11 o'clock at night, and you've been working solid since 6 a.m. So I don't want to scare anybody away from the house cleaning business because I love it and I'm passionate about it. But what I do want to do is this, paint a realistic picture of what it is to run a business. Because there are a lot of house cleaners that think, oh, well, I'm going to work for myself and I'm going to go work 6 hours a day and I'm just going to go clean a couple of houses and then I'm done. That will work for a couple minutes. And when they run out of clients, they're going to be twiddling their thumbs saying, oh dear, I've missed a few steps. How do I market my business so I can get more clients? And how am I supposed to pay for all this stuff? And how do I make money if I'm paying for employees? And, lots of questions. So not everybody is cut out to be a house cleaner. Not everybody is cut out to be a house cleaning business owner. And so right up front, find out where people are. And by all means, explain what the costs are and what is involved in running a business. Because there are a lot of people that after you explain it, they're like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of work. I don't think I'm cut out for either one. And then they leave and you don't put them on the schedule, and then they stand you up on day 2 or day 3 when they figured out that it was more than they thought they were getting into. Because a lot of house cleaners hear the big money. Oh, I can make $45 an hour and do nothing. And that is so far from the truth. So yeah, have these conversations right up front. There's no shame. There's no harm in doing it. And if people want to come along for the ride, great. And if they don't, we've blown them out right now, right up front, so there are no surprises and they don't waste any more of your time and energy. And insurance and training and recruiting and all those other costs. Alrighty, that's my 2 cents for today. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.